Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Before I start, I want you to read this and then we'll start. Now that you've had a chance to read that, that's my disclaimer. Once I get the software to, there's a certain software, I was researching it this morning and it's actually free. I can get on here and show you things on my computer to help you understand more. Just want to check something. Bear with me. Hold on, you guys. I decided to use StreamYard instead. So even though I'm live through StreamYard. Anyway, before I get started, I want to go to this. What is crypto? What is a cryptocurrency? Well, simply put, a cryptocurrency it's a cryptocurrency, or a crypto is a collection of binary data which is designed to work as a medium of exchange wherein individual coin ownership records or stored in a ledger, which is, bear with me, cryptocurrency is basically digital money that works on a blockchain. And I'll explain all of these terminologies to you as well. But it's designed to work as a medium of exchange wherein individual coin ownership records or stores it in a ledger, which is a computerized database using strong cryptography to secure transaction records and to control the creation of additional coins and to verify the transfer of coin ownership. I know that sounds like a lot, so but that in its simplistic form, that is exactly what cryptocurrency is. Okay, so the reason I bring up crypto and how it correlates in with the realm of astrology is this. Um, First of all, money. Let's talk about money. Money is the life force, really, behind our society. And crypto literally means like hidden or secret money. So let me tell you something. So back on June 10th of 2021, we had a new moon in Gemini. We also had the sun in Gemini, and it was conjuncting Mercury in Gemini, also known as a Cazimi, 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 Cazimi. That is, a Cazimi is when a planet conjuncts the moon, and in this case, it was Mercury conjuncting the sun. So when planets conjunct each other, but especially when something's conjuncting the sun represents, when you think of the sun, you think of gold, you think of money. It's the life force, it's the energy, the sun. Anyway, we have this Cazimi, and the planet in the heart, this planet was stationed right in the heart of the sun. So this is called a conjunction. We also had a north node in Gemini at that time, and Mercury made this especially strong. So back on June 20th, we had this. However, I had a lot of people pissed off at me in my friends' circles because um, they were losing money in the crypto world. And even though we had this Cazimi, I knew, let me go to my notes here, I knew there might be something negative coming because on the 14th of June, of 2021, Saturn squared Uranus. Okay. Crypto really fell. There was a lot of issues. We're going to have that same thing happen again on December 24th. I will talk more about that at a later date. But the new age of money is cryptocurrency. Hold on, I'm looking at my notes, you guys. So I want to talk, before I get into crypto itself and its definitions, I want to talk about the astrological perspectives on money. Now, there's an old saying by J.P. Morgan Chase, and that saying is, millionaires don't follow astrology, billionaires do. And so that is very, that rings true, very much so. So first I want to talk about, like I've stated before, um, the crypto realm. Some have even said, I've heard other astrologers say that it is considered on the Hermetic axiom, which kind of makes sense. Sure. The crypto world is ruled by Mercury, air, energy. Mercury is about swift and fast. That's the blockchain. Air is about curiosity, and we are also in Aquarius and Jupiter. So the expansion of new age technologies is here. The Venus Taurus energy rules banking, it rules finance, it rules wealth and possessions. And digital assets become a mercurial energy, a mercurial asset. Um, Maybe that's kind of why I went with a company called Gemini Trading. There's a crypto company called Gemini, and I went with them. Um, it had a nice ring to it. Uranus and Taurus. I mean, we have this planet cruising this sign till I think 2025 or 2026, and Uranus is about sudden changes. Taurus rules money, so there'll be changes within our money. I said the new age of money is cryptocurrency. Now, there are certain astrological factors that go into place when we have astrological perspectives and placements that actually do make people money. Some call it, for example, let me use this one as an example. I wrote it down somewhere here. Anytime there's a Neptune Jupiter aspect to someone's chart, this is called the millionaire aspect in a lot of ways. Um, a lot of the financial planets are going to be Mars, Venus, the Sun, and the Moon, and even Pluto at times. Now, the Moon influences the movement of the markets. Okay, so let me just grab something here real quick. I want to look at something. Okay, I just wanted to see where the moon was positioned when crypto started crashing in June, and it was actually in Leo. So, and it was waxing. So, but the moon usually influences the movements of the market. This is why I always tell people follow the fluctuations of the moon when you're investing in money. General rule of thumb, you invest during a new to a full moon, and during a full to a new, you don't do any investing. You can move stuff around, which I have done in the past. So for example, I don't buy any new crypto, but like say I want to trade in some crypto for a different crypto. Hey, sweet butterfly girl, how are you? Say I want to trade in some crypto. Okay, I'll use this as a perfect example. I own some stuff called EOS, and I've had it for years. I've had it for a good 4 years now. I dipped my toe in crypto back in 2018. So I've had, and it hasn't done anything. It's gone up, it's gone down. I probably should have cashed out. So what little I had, which was like 35, $40, just this past moon phase during the darker part of the moon after the full moon, I knew I couldn't go and buy more crypto, but I really wanted to try this new crypto that had just dropped from Korea called ASM. And so I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, it was going, I look for cheap crypto, like 6 cents, 8 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents, because those are where you can really make the money. The lower the crypto is at when you buy. So anyway, I traded in my EOS, which was 30. I had like $34, and that was just money I earned. That was free crypto I've earned on Coinbase through Learn and Earn. I've made like $147 since I had that account in 2019. And $147 of that Learn and Earn has actually made me, I added it up last night to give you guys a perspective, and it's actually made me over $568. $147. So I've like 6 times my money. Anyway, I traded in this EOS for ASM, because ASM was at 6 or 8 cents a share. $30 got me a shit ton of shares. I got a lot of shares, and it has gone up. It's sitting now, it's doubled. So it's sitting now at 14 cents a share. And so my $30 has made me 60. And that's how you play the game. Doesn't always work like that. And I have lost money before as well. But so, like I said, with my disclaimer in the beginning, this is not me giving you financial advice. You never invest what you can't afford to lose. It's like Vegas. You go to the craps table, you gamble $100, you lose that $100. Shit happens. Same with crypto. All right, so the Neptune Jupiter is considered the millionaire's aspect in astrology. Now, there is one thing in astrology. Now we have trines, and we have sextiles, and we have oppositions and squares. Conjunctions are said to be the most powerful. So anytime, like the Cazimi that we had back on June 10th, Mercury was conjuncting the sun. Powerful. Conjunctions are powerful, and they're usually positive in nature. So anytime you're dealing with someone with a Venus-Pluto link, that ties into a Jupiter, this signifies money as well in someone's chart. Anytime you're dealing with someone with a dragon's head in Taurus in the 2nd or 8th house, this is dealing with not also their own money, but also joint finances as well. I would say the same here for Scorpio, dragon's head. And if you have that dragon's head in the 8th or the 2nd house, you know how to invest money, you know how to make money, you come into windfalls of inheritance, things like that. Now, excuse me. I'm not saying all people have this placement, but we can use Bernie Madoff as a perfect example. He had a dragon's tail in the 2nd house of Taurus. His dragon's tail was in Taurus. So anytime there's a dragon's tail, I'm not saying anyone who has a dragon's tail sitting stationed in the 2nd house is a crook or a criminal. That's not where I'm going with this. There were other aspects to his chart, but the one that had caught my eye the most was the fact that he was Taurus. He had a dragon's tail sitting in Taurus in the 2nd house. That shows deceit with money. There were other factors that went into play with Bernie Madoff, but that was just one of the things that came to mind. Also, in the aspect of money, anytime someone has a natal placement of a Jupiter in the 2nd, the 8th, the 11th, or the 5th, they will always bring in money or attract money. The 2nd is our wealth, our possessions. So this is your it's like assets in some ways, but it can be liquid money as well. Eighth house is the house of joint finances, inheritance. This is investments. This is where you can make that liquid money through investments. Fifth house is the house of love. So this is where you marry into money, you date money, money comes to you in those ways. The 11th house is the house of friends and wishes. And this is where I have this placement in the 11th house. Doesn't mean I'm made of money, but 11th house is where knowing the right friends can help you to um, advance financially. And that's exactly what has happened for myself. I've gotten into the right circles. There's a lot of occultists that don't advertise this, but they're really into crypto. And up above on my stream, if you could see that, um, I have the blockchain immersion class that I'm taking. I have it up there if you're interested in taking that class. It's absolutely amazing class, and every day I go in, I learn more. The reason I decided to do this podcast was because I have been taking a lot of courses on this. I've kind of stepped away for a little bit from my esoteric realm, and I've really thrown myself into the blockchain immersion course along with other courses. Now, the blockchain immersion course is a course created by an occultist, but before he was an occultist, he worked on Wall Street in commodities. And I'm not going to give it away, but his nickname was the Sugar Man. So take the course, you'll see what I mean. You can also go to, and I'll put it up right now for you. Let me go to, bear with me. You might not be able to get into this unless you're a member of his class, but I think he offers this to the general public. Bear with me. I should have had this ready already. Bear with me. Sorry, you guys.
Welcome to blockchain.
Here we go. I'll put it up in the link. I don't know if you could get into it. It might be something that's made strictly for subscribers. I'm looking at the chart you did. Okay. Oh, cool. Yes. Look closely. Absolutely. Because I'm throwing out these aspects here. Okay. So I threw that up. You check him out. He's absolutely amazing. I highly recommend his blockchain immersion class because he's not only an occultist. This man used to work on Wall Street. So he, pardon my French, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. I mean, I just did a class last night with a guy, no occult knowledge, hedge fund manager type guy. Yeah, I learned a few things, but nothing like this blockchain immersion. Okay. Um, there are benefits to having occult knowledge in this new realm of money. I mean, even Nostradamus himself, in one of his quatrains, and I will find it and come back on here the next time when I do part 2, he even said in one of his quatrains, the rise of the new money. He even saw that, even though he didn't know it was crypto, new money in the new age of Aquarius. I agree, sweet butterfly girl. It is really, he's amazing. I mean, I know I pimp him out all the time when I come on here. I'm always talking about him, and I maybe should get him on the show one of these days. But yeah, he is. You got to take that class if you want to know more about cryptocurrency, blockchain immersion. Now he does have on occultcourses.com. He has courses on that. All kinds of stuff on that website, lucid dreams. Like I said, right now I'm taking his class on the 72 demons of Goetta and the 72 angels of and there's some Jewish name I can't pronounce. I've actually stepped away from taking that course so I could do this blockchain course, because you're going to see crypto in the next 365 days erupt. And so that's why I'm doing this today. So astrological aspects on our own chart. Okay, so I talked about conjunctions. I talked about the Neptune Jupiter, the Venus Pluto link and ties into Jupiter. So, sweet butterfly girl, what you could do is your planets in aspect, your second part of the reading. That's where I go to look for these aspects. It's, and you could circle them, planets in aspect, look for those. Um, and that'll kind of help you out. Okay, so the financial planets, like I said, Mars is about action. Okay. Um, Jupiter, I don't need to tell you, that is the planet of the Lord of Luck. So anytime you've got Jupiter in place, you've got abundance, you've got expansion, you've got wealth. Um, Jupiter gives us long-term prosperity. Okay. Long term. Venus, well, Venus, she is the ruler of love and money. She is the goddess of beauty, but she's also the ruler of money. And wherever you have, hold on here, any kind of favorable aspects to Venus in your chart in regards to money is going to issue success. Okay. Now, I will say this about, if you notice Saturn's not in here. Now, if you have a Saturn in your chart, I have Saturn in my fifth. Saturn in your fifth can mean one of two things in the realm of money. You've either married into wealth because Saturn rules old age. It can represent someone marrying an older person. That's not true. I didn't marry an older person, but it also means that it freezes your money, and Saturn rewards his children late in life. Okay. So I've worked my ass off for the last 51 years of my life. I mean, from my 20s to my late mid 40s, I sometimes was working 2 3 jobs just to survive. And so I've worked my ass off to get where I'm at right now. And it's true. Saturn rewards his children late in life. I am Capricorn. I am a Saturn child. So it makes sense. My path and my stars are completely different from all of you out there. So, and I'm aware of my own path and my own stars, so I know. Anyway, moving on. I talked about Venus. Now, anytime we're dealing with the sun, this represents center stage. This represents the light, the spotlight. And like I said before, the moon influences the movements and the fluctuations of the market. Um, Saturn in Aquarius, the third house. Okay, so that won't affect your money. Um, and the third house isn't a money house, so that's a good thing. Okay, in the realm of money, it is a good thing. Usually, Saturn in Aquarius, I don't know if you have fear of flying, might represent fear of flying or fear of heights, things like that. Saturn is where phobias can come into. So, um, I'm a perfect example. I have Saturn in Taurus. There's always a subconscious, and in my younger days, yes. Now that I'm educated in the esoteric, I don't freak out about it anymore. But my younger days, I used to stress out over money because that's what a Saturn in Taurus does. Taurus rules money. Saturn is the fear principle, always having a fear of no money, no security in that department. Um, yeah, that's Saturn. It's a lesson learner, isn't it? All right, bear with me. I jumped around quite a bit here. Okay, so I've been talking about the new age is crypto, and I'm not going to talk too much more about the aspects of astrology. I'm going to jump right on in. That's another one because the third house is communication, public speaking. I should have said that. That makes complete sense. You know, I can speak fine in front of a camera on YouTube, but in front of a crowd, oh God, no. Hell no. Okay, moving on here. And I am going to throw these up. I'm in Coinbase right now. And let me get back to the main page. Like I said, there is a certain software. When I do part 2 of this next week, I'm going to download this software. I haven't downloaded it yet. I have it. I just haven't downloaded it. And I'm going to figure out how to use it. I don't think it should be that hard. I mean, after all, I am a DJ and I work with a Sam's broadcaster and I'm throwing in commercials for so it can't be that hard, right? To do. Um, but hold on, I want to, here it is. So here's the link. All right, so here is my link to, no, this is no pressure. I'm not telling you to do this. There's no obligation. But my Coinbase, if you go into that and open an account, I think you and I both get $10 worth of Bitcoin. So, and I'll do that for my Gemini one as well. Right now I have a Coinbase, a Gemini, and a couple other accounts. But I'm broadcasting right now. I'm not using a Google platform. That's another thing I wanted to tell you about. The Brave Network. Um, I'll just write this down. The Brave Network. It's a search engine. I'm using it right now, and every time I use it, I get paid to use it. So I've been using it for about a year, a little over a year now, and I make crypto for using it. It's called Basic Attention Coin, BAT, B-A-T. Um, every month I get a little bit of money, and through the year I've managed to I have like almost $40 in just that crypto, BAT. And I actually bought that crypto on Coinbase when it was at like 7 cents a share. And I didn't buy a lot. When I say I bought, I'm talking $10 here, $20 there. The most I ever invest is $100 usually. Ethereum was a different story. I had to really make a hard decision on investing with that, but I'm glad I did because um, it's tripled my money and it keeps going up. And we're going to talk more about that in the second part of this. I don't want to overload all of you right away here. So this is going to be in 2 parts. So this is just the basics of things right now. And I've explained the astrological perspectives of things. So I want to get into um, what things mean. So for example, let me grab this. For example, I'm going to write them down on a dry erase board because I think for a lot of people, it helps to see the words that we're talking about and how they're spelled. So I talked about what crypto is, okay? We're going to, well, now my pen isn't working. Bear with me. All right, here we go. I'm trying to write as neat as I can. All right. Blockchain. What is a blockchain? So a blockchain is the underlying technology that moves the crypto. It is basically a transaction recorder. It is a decentralized, distributed ledger used to record crypto transactions. It's called a blockchain. Okay. Now, crypto is all digital. Okay. It's all digital currency, and technology is getting ready to explode. Okay. I took a investing course last night through Palm Beach. Oh God, I don't remember the name of the place. Palm Beach something. Okay, and he was talking about tech royalties, and I don't even know if I can explain that to you guys, but I'll try my best. Okay, so if that's a blockchain, what is mining? We've heard of mining. People talk about mining. And there are people that make a career out of being crypto miners. Mining. This is a process which networks of specialized computers generate and release new Bitcoin and verify new transactions. Miners maintain and secure the blockchain. So we need our miners to secure the blockchain. Basically, I was going to explain this to you in regular currency. I would say the miners are the ones that create the money. So isn't it the federal government that creates our money? So miners are kind of like our federal government. Makes sense? I'm trying to make this as easy to understand as possible because I know a lot of people, especially over a certain age, 40 or so, are a little overwhelmed with this and don't know what to do or how to do it. And I want you guys to not miss the. All right. The next one I have on here is, let's see. DeFi. This is the word I want you to focus on because DeFi is decentralized finance, but DeFi is the future, really. Okay. DeFi is decentralized finance. Um, DeFi is going to change every aspect of how we do banking in the next, at least the next 18 to 24 months. Yes, DeFi. If you have crypto that's DeFi, $100 can maybe make you 100,000. I'm serious. So if you own some DeFi, you're set up in a good spot right now. But DeFi is decentralized finance. It's an umbrella term for financial services on a public blockchain, such as like Ethereum, ETH. It can do most of the things that banks support: earn interest, borrow, lend, buy insurance, trade. But the difference is DeFi is faster without any paperwork or a third party. You're cutting out the middleman and the third party fees. It's fair, it's free, it's more open financial market. It's where Main Street finally cashes in over Wall Street. Um, and I'm saying that wholeheartedly. I am seeing I'm trying to read what you're saying. No, it's easy to understand. It is for me too, but there are some people, their mindset isn't A lot of Capricorns are able to get this, but there are other signs that just can't comprehend it very well. And in time, they will. And this is just me kind of helping them along, so to speak. Um, but I'm going to give you an example. We have a friend back in Brooklyn. He's a little sweet little Jewish man. We've known him for years. He's my mother's age. He took, it was under $100. I know this much. Anyway, he took something that was under $100, dipped his toe into the crypto realm. This was back when we were on lockdown back in like May of 2020. And actually, the crypto market was going crazy with certain things, and the stock markets were crashing. So he dipped his toes in, invested. I don't know what he invested. It was under $100. I know this much. That $100 he invested ended up, he turned that around and made like $7,500, 7,500 off like a $70 investment. You don't, I mean, that's awesome. If you can make that kind of money, that's awesome. I've known people that bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin back in 2018 when it was selling for about 400 shares, $400 a share, give or take. Okay, so yeah, $1,000 isn't a lot, but that gives you 2.5 shares. So Bitcoin was at its highest in April of 2021. And I believe Bitcoin was going for 63,000 plus. So if you had 2.5 shares of Bitcoin at that time, this is what you would have on just $1,000, possibly more than that. That's just a rough estimate. I'm not a mathematician, so don't quote me on that. But what I'm saying is $1,000. Then there were some people that invested $1,000 because they got in at the right time. They made over 1.5 million. It all depends. I mean, you can wait 24 hours to buy a coin, and that deciphers the difference whether you'll be a millionaire or not. That's why I tell you, and I'm not telling you to buy certain coins. That's why I say scour Coinbase, look for the coins that are some of the cheapest, but make sure that they are an Ethereum token, because Ethereum's getting ready to go crazy. Ethereum has kind of cornered the blockchain in some ways. And okay, here's a perfect example. Dogecoin. Dogecoin was this big hype. Every time Elon Musk talked about it, it would go up. And luckily, I only invested $9 in the Doge. I decided to throw my money more into Shiba Inu, and I am not having any regrets. And I say throw my money into Shiba Inu. I only threw in like $75. Okay, and I did that when Shiba Inu was at like 8 cents a share. I'm not going to do the math for you, but it's a beautiful thing. Shiba Inu, though, is on the Ethereum network. So you really want to look what coins you're investing in. You do want to stick kind of, there's a lot of coins. There's over 100 plus coins that are on the Ethereum network. So um, that's just my little spiel on that. Let's see what else I have on my list here. I know what I wanted to do. Earn and earn. Okay, so there are these like DeFi coins, where you can stake your crypto to make more money on them. Um, Coinbase offers this. BlockFi offers this. Gemini offers this. Um, okay, so these are the ones I dabble in. So I'm only going to really discuss the ones that I know about, which are compound, COMP, comp, and USDC, which is United States digital currency. Um, this USDC runs on the American dollar. Okay, and so a lot of this is a decentralized coin where you make interest on it. So blockchain, for example, if you have $1,000 in uh, digital currency, USDC, and they're offering you an 8% interest rate monthly. Okay, so that's not bad money when you think about it. The banks are only offering you an interest rate of 0.015 or 17. That isn't shit. You're not making jack shit. But the bank's using your money for other stuff. This is where I see a decline in the banking industry because people are getting wiser to things now. Um, you would be a fool not to take your $1,000 and not put it into a DeFi stable coin account where it's not playing the market, but it's earning monthly interest at 8%. You're not going to make money like that anywhere. And I did that with I have okay $1,000 in United States digital currency. However, when I opened it up, it was only at 500. I've doubled my money in little over a year. You don't That does not happen in the regular banking industry. Sorry, it just doesn't. Let's see what are we saying here? Yes, Shibu is on the up and up. In fact, I would definitely get in on some of that before it hits $1. You know what? It's funny you brought up NTFs because they are literally going for thousands. And my daughter and I are kind of battling with each other over this because my daughter's an artist. Some of the artwork on my walls is from my daughter. And she just says, she thinks it's a disgrace to the art and the art industry and blah, blah, blah. I get it. Okay. I get it. I understand. I'm getting ready to learn about NTFs a little more. I was even thinking of creating my own NTF. But yes, they are lucrative. And this is why see, Ethereum has their hand in that. Ethereum. So when you're looking for crypto to buy, you go and you look and you want to see if they're on the Ethereum network. And what I mean by that is, um, where do I go to find this? What I mean by that is, let me go to my assets and I can explain this to you a little bit more. See, this is where I wish I had that software so that I could show you all around and you could see what's going on. And I'm going to have to get that software. But okay, for example, Shibu Inu. If you click on Shibu Inu and you scroll down, go to the overview. Actually, Shibu Inu is up about 31% today, which is good because this morning I looked and it was down to like 50 cents, 52 cents. So here's something I learned. And I learned this through that block immersion. I'm not going to tell you everything, but I will tell you this. I didn't realize this. I noticed this in crypto. Things are really sluggish and slow in the morning, and things pick up around 5 o'clock. It's because overseas things are moving. They're quieter in the morning. So about 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern, you will notice a pickup in crypto, just like this Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu at 11 o'clock this morning was at 50 cents, 51 cents a share. It's now up to 65 cents a share in a matter of 7 hours, 6 or 7 hours. It is 4:15 here. It is well past 2 and 5 o'clock on the East Coast, and the market is rising. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of a good little tip. But if you go to the overview of Shiba Inu, it says Shiba Inu, SHIB token is token that aspires to be an Ethereum-based alternative to the Dogecoin. Okay, the popular meme coin. It's designed to be scarce. SHIB is an international abundant. However, now here's the catcher. And sweet butterfly girl, listen to this. Okay, since you brought up NFTs. With the circulating supply of 1 quadrillion, the Shiba Inu tokens ecosystem supports projects such as NFTs, the Art Incubator, and the development of a decentralized exchange called Shiba Swap. Shiba Swap. Ooh, look at that's a tongue twister. Shiba Swap. Say that 10 times. So that's very interesting. So sweet butterfly girl, I'm with you on this. I agree. Someone knocked something down. Okay, so DeFi. Go to if you there's a link I sent you. I like Gemini in some ways, even though Gemini doesn't offer Shiba Inu. Coinbase does. Now, here's the thing I've noticed. There are certain people that can um, log in, like sign up automatically to Coinbase or to Gemini, and then there's other people that can't. I have a friend who tried and they just wouldn't let her log on, and that's how it was for me with Binance USA. Binance is the South Korean um, Korean version, the South Korean version of Coinbase. Um, for some reason, I just couldn't do it. It wouldn't let me open an account. Kraken was another one. Tried to open an account with them and I couldn't. My luck, I was able to open with Shiba Inu. I was able to open with, or not Shiba Inu, Coinbase, Gemini. I was also able to open with BlockFi is another one. But getting back to the NTFs, where would you invest in a DeFi account? So if you go to Gemini, they have a section on their coins on the market. You have, this is where that software would come in handy, but it has your watch list, your top movers, your top traded, metaverse, which is what um, metaverse is what Facebook is getting ready to go to. And those are the big ones. AXS, Mana, Sand. These are ones to keep an eye on. DeFi is the next one. And your DeFi is your Luna, your Uniswap, your Chainlink, your DAI. Now, the DAI is another one that goes with the American dollar. And you get money back every month. Phantom, Aave. Now, the Graph is another one, and that is an up and coming one from what I hear. Compound. Now, this is just my opinion. This is not financial advice. They're saying, some of the people in Wall Street are saying to invest in Compound until it hits about 1,500. It's only at 356. The money you invest, they pay you back a little bit. There's also tech royalties, which I don't think I'm going to get into today because I have to do my homework a little bit better on them. Basic attention coin. I was just talking about this. This is a DeFi. I get paid every month on top of the money I have in my crypto account of BAT token, basic attention token. I get a 6 point something percentage kickback. So imagine if you invested $1,000 and you jack that up, you made about $7,000. You're going to get a kickback every year of $700. And it's the type of kickback where you actually can leave it as an inheritance for your children. It's a whole new world out there and a whole new way of doing banking. And I'm not a professional. I'm still learning myself. But Sweet Butterfly Girl, if you go to the Gemini dashboard, you can see all of the DeFi that is being offered that you can buy. And if you want to start small, go for something that's under $1. Basic attention coin is going for 97 cents a share right now. Yeah, compound is 357 a share. It's a little high. I've invested in Sushi Swap a little bit, and that's going for $12.21 right now. Now, the Graph GRT is one I heard about last night, and I actually waited until the market, like yesterday, I was waiting to that new moon. Come on, 215. Come on, 215. Because I was waiting, and I waited, and the graph has actually gone up to $1.06. I was able to get in this morning or last night. I think it was at $1.02, something like that. I have bought in graph before when it was under $1. So you just kind of want to, if you're not familiar with DeFi's, you don't have to invest a lot. You can just invest a little. Go with the die, which is $1. So, it's $1 per dollar. Gemini dollar is also an earnable one as well. Do I see that on this list here? I don't see that on the list. Anyway, so back to Gemini. Then they have, this is new. Gemini has just added this in the last 24 hours. It's called an NFT platform. So you go to NFT, Engine Coin. Now, Engine Coin is going for about $2.96 a share. I have been told that you need to buy that before it goes up to $3. I don't own any of that, but that's another one, Engine Coin. So one thing I don't like about Gemini is they don't explain it quite as well as Coinbase does. But Engine Coin is affiliated with the NFT system as well. I think Chills is another one that's kind of affiliated with sporting event stuff, sporting artwork. Okay, so what were we saying here? I think it is actually a leg up from artists. They can finally get paid for what they are worth. I tried telling her that. I'm seeing both sides of the spectrum here. But she could make money. I mean, she could make a lot of money. But she doesn't. She's like very anti NFTs. And I don't, one of my friends says she needs to see you make some money first. So maybe I need to set the example and try and make some money here. I don't know why she's so anti. I just don't. She's a stubborn Leo. What can I say? I don't know what else to say. Anyway, back to the meanings. I have, how many more do I have to tell you about here? Okay, so someone asked me, and I think they're getting these, I think somebody had put this in an email to me last night, and I told them I would explain it. But I am going to go back to Coinbase. I think they're getting themselves confused with what DEX and DeFi. They are kind of the same. Um, Basically, DEX is a decentralized exchange. I'm going to go into Coinbase and I'm going to explain this to you in better terms. Okay. Bear with me. And there's a lot of other things I would really recommend you do when you take that blockchain immersion class, because it teaches you how to read all different kinds of charts, candlestick charts, this chart, that chart. There's a lot of different charts. And one thing I'm learning through my own mistakes is that those charts have meaning and you need to really understand what the hell they are. At least a little bit. Okay. There are a ton of DeFi tokens. Um, I'm going to let you guys discover that on your own. Bear with me. Going back. And there are people that get on this bandwagon of they call it FOMO, fear of missing out. You have to, if a crypto cycle is going down, I mean, unless you're really going to lose a lot of money, then yes, by all means get out. But you kind of have to stay the course in some ways. I knew this with Ethereum because I know the stars as well. And I know the fluctuations that are getting ready to happen. Um, Ethereum back in June started dropping. I mean, I had people screaming at me. And I kind of sat there going, well, I'm not a stockbroker. I don't, oh, I'm a novice at this shit. Don't sit there and get mad at me because you took my idiotic advice. You know, I'm just telling you what I see in the stars. And I was trying to explain to him in the long future, this money is going to go up. Ethereum started dropping and I had like 2 grand in there and I'm going, shit, I'm losing money. I'm going to lose money. So what I did is I took my little remaining 2 grand that I had and I pulled it and I threw it onto a hard wallet. I'm going to show you what that is. This is my Ledger hard wallet. Now I'm ordering another one, a Tazar, because it has a bigger screen. But I threw my money on this hard wallet. So I didn't lose all my money. It sat in a hard wallet like this. I waited for that market dropped and Ethereum was at like 1,700 a share. And I swooped in and I bought myself a whole share and some because I let it sit on my hard wallet nice and safe. You're in control with a hard wallet. It's your money. It's your crypto. And if you're going to dabble in this, I highly advise you get one. This is a Ledger, and I'm just ordered a Tazor this morning that correlates really well with the Exodus wallets. Um, anyway, you have to kind of roll with the punches. Yes, you might lose a little money, but in the end, I stayed the course. Um, it's like my mother said to me the other day because she's learning about this. She said, it's like that old Kenny Rogers song. I'm like, okay, which one is that? And I don't know how it goes. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to walk away. That's how it is with anything, really, especially in crypto, too. If you can't hold the course, then it's time to fold. The smarter way to do it would be to fold it right on into a hard wallet. And then that way, when this price starts to go up, you pull it from the hard wallet, you buy it. Back to DEX. I'm looking for Well, let's just type it in. It'll be easier. Okay, so what is DEX and how does it work? Unlike centralized exchange, unlike centralized exchanges like Coinbase, DEX does not allow for exchanges between fiat and crypto. Instead, they exclusively trade cryptocurrency tokens for other currency tokens via a centralized exchange. Decentralized exchanges, on the other hand, are simply a set of smart contracts. They establish the price of various cryptocurrencies against each algorithm. Cryptocurrency is all about an algorithm, and they use liquidity pools, um, in which investors lock funds in exchange for interest like rewards to facilitate trades. Um, like transactions on a decentralized exchange are recorded on that exchange's internal index. DEX transactions are settled directly on the blockchain. So there's a thing called CakeFi. I didn't put this down because I'm not really pleased with them. And luckily, I don't only have like 200 in there, but this is a DEX exchange. And I actually lend my crypto out, and it's like liquidity mining. I started with about $97 and it's up to like $500, but you got to watch. The kicker here is if you try and get money out, if you try to take your money out, you lose half your money. So that's why I stick to places like Coinbase and Gemini, because with Coinbase, yes, they're going to charge you a fee. So here's another example. I have two Coinbase accounts. I have Coinbase and I have Coinbase Pro. Okay. Coinbase Pro's transaction rates are a lot cheaper than regular Coinbase. And I'm talking like half the price. Like there could be, the more money you have, the higher the Coinbase fee. So, you want to move 5 grand and you're getting charged a $66 to $70 transaction fee. You can go over to Coinbase Pro and do that transaction, and it won't cost you as much, half the price. Anyway, that's about all I have on this. Like I said, I owe it to you guys to do that software so I could show you around and take you everywhere that I'm going, because it really does help to have a visual. These are just a few things, but I do highly recommend Blockchain Immersive by Bulkhead Mon. I take that class. I'm moving right along, and I'm actually getting ready to start the NTF part of it. And as I learn more, I'm going to come on here and teach you guys as well. Um, but in the next 365 days, there is money to be made, especially in something called tech royalties. And this is actually something that was created by a gentleman named Tika Tuare, and he runs a Palm Beach Confidential. I do sign up to that newsletter. Um, Obviously, I didn't pay the $2,000 a year. Like, I don't have that kind of money, but there is like a $49 one that I invested in, and it was actually did help me quite a bit to decipher between certain, cryptos and what they do and how they work, and it's kind of made me understand some things. So between his classes and the Bulkhead Mons, the ones I actually paid for, they're both correlating and they both go hand in hand. And the stars really do have an impact on the market. Um, the market is no guarantee, but you can look ahead into the future and see certain things. So, like, I really think there's this green light right now to invest. The market is surging and it's going to continue to surge. Come December 24th, there's something major coming. My Patreon will know more about this than the general public. But there's always cause and effect. And what I mean by that is, if, say, there's a major disaster like a major earthquake or something, that will have effect on the market. The COVID pandemic had effect on both markets. Except crypto bounced back a hell of a lot quicker, and Bitcoin just came to life. But I want to explain this to you. Tech royalties is not really something that the mainstream is talking about. It's this one guy is talking about tech royalties, and tech royalties are pretty much the same as DeFi in some ways. In some ways, not completely. At first glance, I don't know how to explain this. And my firewall isn't letting me get into a certain page, so basically what I got from his class last night on blockchain, or not on blockchain, on tech royalties is it's where you invest money and they pay you back in royalties, in tech royalties. So this is why I'm saying you're going to want to look for all those DeFis that are running on an Ethereum token, Civic, Loopring, uh, Graph, besides Ethereum. I mean, people are focusing so much on Ethereum and Bitcoin that they're missing the opportunity to make money on all of these little small coins. Don't underestimate those little coins, okay, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and that is about it. I am done. I am out of here. I know this was a long one and kind of boring, and I apologize. And if I haven't answered any of your questions, let me know and I'll do it the next time. Like I said, when I get and do part 2, I'll be able to take you through my screen, and I might even do a trade with you so you could see how I do it. Okay? You guys have a great Friday, and I will be back here on Monday. I do have a show and tell of the Witch's Moon Witchy Box. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Ciao.